clear ridiculous, man, I tell you. Ridiculous.
It is truly an
Yeah, hear
honor
the audio?
to welcome each and every one of you, our new
We are
timers
here.
into the FSS family.
Nothing.
Today marks the beginning of a journey that will challenge you, shape you, and open doors for opportunities. The Faculty of Social Sciences is more than just classrooms and lectures. Wordsworth Longfellow, and it reads, "The heights by great men reached and kept was not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards through the night." These lines remind us that success at university, just like in life, does not come by chance. It comes through persistence, sacrifice, and steady effort, even when no one is watching. The long nights of study, resilience through challenges, hit the heights that you will one day reach. My role is to ensure that your voices are concerns are represented and that you feel supported as you navigate university life. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. You are part of a strong Tiger family, and together we will make this year one. Just to vibe a bit, we have a prize. My love language is the act of gift giving. So we have a token of appreciation from one of our sponsors for anyone who can answer a question, right? Question reads, how many faculties there are on a
You're
campus
supposed to
and
send
which
to him,
is the
or to bring
largest?
it in a
So
vehicle
show of hands
and output it to him.
if anyone can answer the question.
Yeah, hold on. Unplug. Unplug.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I'm talking right now. Anyway.
Yeah, come on
13.
stage and show it out to
Listen,
everyone
Sam.
can hear the Tiger voice.
Is he here now?
Yeah.
I wait for him to talk again. Right. Are we here?
You see the plug-in come up on screen, Andrew?
So we have a winner.
Send it to the camera now. And just bring it in for the HDMI. Come here and see the HDMI.
It's everyone in here.
Wait, Mike is green or red?
So you're leaning on the board.
Mike, I heard.
I hit me try a while ago. Come up.
Microphone. Yeah, USB. I don't want to see that.
Well done, MSBM. Alright, so just to introduce our first guest speaker, Dr. Heather Ricketts, our Dean of Discipline at the Faculty of Social Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome, my apologies, our Dean for the faculty, Dr. Heather Ricketts, to the podium. Thank you.
Hey. Thank you.
Good morning. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you new Pelicans to the Faculty of Social Sciences, the FSS as we call it, and by extension, the Mona campus. I want you to accept our congratulations on matriculating into our various programs. I'm sure it was a proud moment for all of you when you received your grades and of course the offer letter. Let me pause and allow all of the new students who are streaming in to have a seat, and then I will resume. Please take your seats quickly. Thank you so much. Y'all are going so far to the right that I will not see some of you as I make that scan. But welcome. Please take your seats very quickly so that we can continue. So, thank you. Depending will be your home for the next 3 to 5 years as you pursue your undergraduate program. In the faculty, you will be known as the Tiger Pelicans, with the FSS being the home of the Tigers, the Tiger known for qualities such as focus, determination, bravery, and confidence. Before I go any further, I'd like you to tell us where you're coming from, whether from Jamaica or the wider Caribbean or foreign, as we refer to countries outside of the region. So by wave of hand, let's see the Jamaicans. Welcome. And if you're from the wider Caribbean, let's see your hands by wave of hand. Tell us where you're from. Just tell us quickly. Shout it. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, welcome. Anywhere else? Okay, and if you're from foreign, can you tell us where you're from? Foreigners? So we don't have anybody from foreign with foreign? Oh, tell me where you're from. From England, welcome. Special welcome to all of you from outside of Jamaica. Very special welcome to Jamaica, to the UE, and to the Mona campus. Well, what can I tell all of you? You are starting university at a time when the world is at an inflection point. There is a lot of turmoil. The entire geopolitical landscape has shifted and is teetering. Geopolitical tensions, economic uncertainty, and social inequality are rife, not to mention environmental uncertainty and upheaval. From our neighbors just to the north and to the east, to faraway places like Ukraine, Gaza, Sudan, plagued by war, with some ravaged by hunger and starvation and even death. Some things seem to be on the brink of collapse. Our Haitian neighbors are in a fight for the soul of Haiti, with current conditions so unstable that a failed state label is perhaps not incorrect. It isn't a nice feeling to feel totally unsafe, to not be free, to be hungry, not have a job or money, and to feel like there's no hope. I ask you to spare a thought for these countries and their citizens, and to appreciate the comparatively privileged position that you enjoy at this time. It behooves us, therefore, to make the best of this university journey. So many are seeing their hopes and dreams dashed by war, changing policies on immigration, increasing nationalism, and xenophobia, among other things. Additionally, we are witnessing innovations that are changing the world in profound ways. Generative AI is bringing profound changes to the way we work and live, and to values and ethics and learning. It is radically changing the education landscape, and if we are not careful, without proper checks and balances, its reliance threatens to erode critical thinking skills. Chairman and CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, reminds us that, and I quote, "AI is about amplifying human potential, not replacing it," end quote. And so, Zahid Naz, writing in Times Higher Education in this year, 2025, and who is a senior lecturer in academic and professional education at Queen Mary, University of London, warns us that the unchecked use of AI will likely torpedo, quote, "meaningful academic growth," what he calls, quote, "the cognitive engagement required to actively interpret academic work, the effort to comprehend, synthesize, and relate ideas that catalyzes learning," end quote. This is fundamentally what university education entails, a cognitive engagement with academic work. And so I implore you, therefore, to use AI responsibly and ethically once it is permitted in your courses. Upholding academic integrity is non-negotiable. Some lecturers may require you to do more authentic types of assessments, and we would expect you to appreciate the need for those and to be respectful of the lecturer's requirements. Turning now to a bit about our Faculty of Social Sciences, I want to tell you that we are a well-established teaching and research faculty, started in 1960 and known for our enduring contributions to the public and private sectors, to business and management, the non-governmental sector, and the international development community. Our reputation for interdisciplinary depth is well known, and also for disciplinary depth, evidenced by the numerous public and private sector boards and committees our academics are invited to sit on and chair, and the requests by industry for particular expertise. The faculty's reputation is strong. Our academics are known for outstanding research in every one of the social science disciplines, including in the business and management sciences. Only yesterday, we read a piece by our head of the Department of Government in the newspapers, Dr. Lisa Vassiani. Many are very well known for their work, locally, regionally, and internationally, researching, writing, and publishing in their disciplines, and adding important perspectives from the Caribbean. Some are recipients of prestigious awards, including national awards. This year, for example, we celebrate with our colleague, Dr. Orville Taylor, the Order of Distinction in the rank of Commander for public service and advocacy in education and in the labor relations specialization. Dr. Taylor is a senior lecturer in the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. Without question, our FSS brand carries a reputation of excellence. Some of our programs, the BSc Tourism Management, and graduate level programs such as the MBA, have had the benefit of being ranked among the best in the world, which is not to say that other programs aren't as excellent. It's just that they haven't yet been ranked. As a faculty, these types of recognition bring us tremendous pride, signaling that as a public university, we are good stewards of our Caribbean government's financial contributions to the UWI, and we are engaged in the continuous search for answers to some of the region's challenges and advancing preemptive recommendations for change and for growth and development. Our alumni also make us proud. Many hold and have held very distinguished positions in the society, both in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. Quite a number of the people contesting the upcoming national general elections here in Jamaica are our graduates, starting with the Prime Minister, who is a graduate of the Faculty of Social Sciences. Other notable contestants include Dr. Andre Horton, Senior Lecturer in the Department of Economics, who is himself an alumnus, and former colleague Dr. Christopher Tufton, current Minister of Health and Wellness, who is also that details the learning objectives and the outcomes, and lists the prescribed and recommended readings. Make sure you read your course outlines. Take advantage of the study resources on campus and practice good time management. Schedule a few hours each day to reading, practice sheets, and working on assignments. Get to know your lecturers and tutors, and make sure that you put in the work and pull your weight each week. We are here to guide you, and we are prepared meticulously to help you navigate your program and the UWI. We will do our best to ensure that you have one of the best experiences of your life. Immediately following this general faculty welcome, and for the remainder of this week, each department will be welcoming its students and engaging in organized academic advising sessions where you will be guided about course selections and you will receive answers to any questions you might have. Attendance at these sessions is mandatory. Do not rely on friends or relatives to help you with course selection and registration because program requirements change from time to time. As I said earlier, you will be guided by your handbook, which is the 2025-2026 Faculty of Social Sciences Undergraduate Student Handbook, and that alone, except you attend or intend to take a course or two or a major or a minor in another faculty, because you will then have to use their handbook as well to guide that process. We actually encourage you to explore other faculties and also other departments within the Faculty of Social Sciences for courses that might excite you. You might discover courses that you hadn't thought of before. If, for example, you have an interest in literature, which is in the Faculty of Humanities and Education, but you're studying marketing, which is in our faculty in the Mona School of Business and Management, you could think of using your free electives to pursue that interest. And if you have an interest in coastal ecosystems or in human geography or geology, for example, which are in the Faculty of Science and Technology, you might want to check out the programs there, provided you are qualified to take the courses. Apart from the academics, the Guild, along with the clubs and societies, will be important allies, providing you with platforms for self-expression and growth and unlocking hidden talents. As with any university, there will be many opportunities to attend conferences and seminars that will stimulate thought, give you pause, encourage activism, leave you with questions, and generally expand you academically. You might even experience a light bulb moment. You will certainly meet many wonderful lecturers, some of whom will become great mentors, and not to mention the friendships that you will establish and the networks you will build. So as you start this UE journey, I encourage you to do the following. Adopt a growth mindset. We are living in a time of great uncertainty and upheaval and rapid technological change. So I ask you to stay informed, keep learning. These will include a fair amount of relearning, unlearning, and also even reimagining. We want you as well to act responsibly and take responsibility for yourself and your actions. Focus on you and your program. This is not a competition, so you are running your race, so just focus. Also, we want you to embrace diversity, and the University Executive Management has asked each of us as faculties to say to you, incoming cohorts, that each faculty is part of a diverse ecosystem that includes various cultures, languages, religions, identities, beliefs, worldviews, backgrounds, and talents. This diversity fuels innovation, creativity, and academic excellence, enriching thinking, problem solving, and personal growth. So don't see diversity as something negative or problematic. We also want you to guard your mental health. So seek immediately help if you feel overwhelmed, or if you feel anxious or depressed, talk to somebody. And don't let anybody invalidate how you feel. The health center is equipped to help, and we want you to also remember to look out for others. The UE Mona student mantra is each one, help one. We also ask that you live in balance. Make sure that you have outlets for rest and relaxation so that you thrive, not just survive, but you thrive. And extracurricular activities will help you. So get involved in something. Participate in something bigger than yourself. Projects, build networks, and also give back to society. The Guild has many opportunities for you to give back. And the last thing is to show respect. This is non-negotiable. It is the foundation of how we must treat each other. Not everyone will be like you. So be careful with your words and your attitudes and your actions. You have a duty to ensure that we enjoy a safe and inclusive environment. Understand that this faculty will neither tolerate nor accept any behaviors such as discrimination, harassment, exclusion, and bullying that will harm or exclude others. The campus is expected to be a safe space where everyone is welcome and feels welcome. We wish you an enjoyable, rewarding, and successful FSS UWI journey. I share with you the following African proverbs. Quote, knowledge is a garden. If it isn't cultivated, you can't harvest it. I think that speaks for itself. And the other, quote, once you carry your own water, you'll remember every drop, end quote. Once you put in the work and you are successful, you will remember with joy and pride the long nights and the struggles. Your Guild rep actually quoted the heights, yes, that great men, whatever it was, lived and kept, were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward through the night. Before I take my seat, I would like to introduce the faculty's team members, who are all important to you having a successful and pleasant experience. And so, as I call them, I would just ask them to join me on the platform. Deputy Dean, Dr. Christine Clark. She will address you next. Dr. Clark is a senior lecturer in the Department of Economics. Heads of departments, and once I ask the head to join me, I will ask all members of the head's department to stand. Department of Economics, Dr. Patrice Whiteley, Head, Department of Economics. Senior lecturer in the Department of Economics. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you. Department of Government, Head, Dr. Lisa Vassiani, Senior Lecturer. Thank you, Department of Government. The Mona School of Business and Management, Dr. David McBean, Executive Director. Thank you, MSBM. The Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work, Head, Dr. Herbert Gale, Senior Lecturer, Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. We also, thank you, colleagues, we also have the Center for Disability Studies, and that is actually headed by the director, Professor Floyd Morris, who is actually on the campaign trail and has sent apologies. And then I want to introduce you to the Associate Deans, starting with Professor Carol James, Professor in the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. And Professor James has responsibility as an Associate Dean for undergraduate studies and student experience. So you will see quite a bit of Professor James. Dr. Tracy McFarlane, Associate Dean, Graduate Studies and Research. senior lecturer as well in the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. And Professor Lila Rao Graham, Associate Dean for Partnerships and Resource Mobilization, Professor in the department that is the Mona School of Business and Management. I also want to introduce you to the Faculty Office staff led by our Senior Administrative Officer, Ms. Stephanie Pinnock. Is Stephanie in here? She's at the back. Stephanie is waving. And may I ask all members of the Faculty Office who are here to stand and just give a raise of hand. I am one of those members as well, and so too Deputy Dean. The service staff team led by Mrs. Sandra Fagan. I'm not sure if Mrs. Fagan is here or any member of the service staff team here, but you will see them as you navigate the faculty. And our technical and professional service staff team led by Mrs. Keisha Sherman Howell, who is around the back. See her waving? She's actually waving. Thank you. So once again, Tiger Pelicans, welcome to the Faculty of Social Sciences. Thank you for choosing to study with us, and we look forward to ensuring that you have one of the best experiences of your life. Thank you. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, Dr. Ricketts, for the warm welcome. Tigers, please give a round of applause for Dr. Ricketts. So before we move on to the next speaker, I realize that we have some halls coming in the auditorium. So I want us to bring a little vibes to the orientation ceremony, right? Is the chant of champions here? First place, second place, third place? Right, I like that. So at the Faculty of Social Sciences, we have our very own chant, right, which I will introduce you all to, right? So I guess Towers were the champions of the chant of? No? Was George? Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so it goes like this. One so sci, one. One so sci, one. Right? Excited, right? All right. So when I say so sci, you say one. When I say one, you say so sci. Ready? One so sci, one. One so sci, one. So sci. All right, thank you. All right, so again, as I would have mentioned before, my love language is the act of giving. So we have another prize, right, for anyone who can answer a question. So the first person to meet me on stage can answer the question. It can come up before I ask the question. Anybody who is brave enough to take the risk of answering a blind question. Nobody? Alright, so I'll ask the question before. Right. So, what is the faculty's mascot and what does it represent? Anybody who is brave enough to come up? Tigers? I almost thought that the Tigers weren't brave enough. Alright. So please, I can share your name and the department that you're from.
Alright, so my name is Kawin, and the mascot is the tiger, and it represents bravery.
Almost there. One more. What else does it represent?
Alright. Alright, so it represents bravery and courage. Right?
All right, thank you. So I guess we have another winner. So now we'll have our CEAC for the faculty, Tajay Thomas, to come back. Okay, so he's from the Department of Government. So it's a tie between the Department of MSBM and Government. So our next speaker is Dr. Christine Clark, Deputy Dean in the Faculty of Social Sciences. She will be presenting an overview of the rules and regulations. So please listen carefully as Dr. Clark shares important information that will help you to stay on track while completing your degree.
Thank you. Good morning, and let me add my own welcome to you all, to our faculty's welcome ceremony. We're excited that you're here. Some of you would have been here from last week. Some of you came earlier in July with your parents to the first of the parents' orientation. We're happy you're back today because your faculty, and more specifically your department, has a lot to tell you, to guide you as you engage in your various majors. So, as you would have heard from our dean and also from the FSS Guild rep, when you're here, you are going to be treated as an adult. We would have all moved away from Parent Day. That's gone now, last week, Wednesday. There's no more reports going home. There's no more parent-teacher consultation. You are now in charge of your academic career going forward. Now, that doesn't mean that you can do whatever you want and not answer the questions about your progress. You are now going to be held accountable. Whoever is paying for your tuition expects you to deliver on the academic outcome. So yes, enjoy the hall life. You're going to join lots of clubs as you're in the faculty. But your primary responsibility is to deliver on the academic journey that you decided to engage on while you're here. Now, you heard about our ranking. UWI is institutionally accredited. So that means nobody here has to wonder if their particular major is going to carry them anywhere. Our entire institution has accreditation, and that is built on our academic integrity. What does that mean? We have no tolerance here for cheating, for fabricated work, for work you didn't do yourself, work you haven't read yourself but you claim existed. In our recent exam irregularities committee, a student was bold enough to attribute 4 pieces of work to a professor here at UWI that he did not write. And they came to the exam irregularities meeting and they still insisted that they did read the work by the professor that the professor never ever wrote. We are not tolerating it. And the penalties for breaching our academic integrity principles are severe. They range from retaking all of your courses to being expelled from the university as a whole. It's very serious. So, next week, lectures begin. So your work begins next week. Even if all your lecturer does is comes and goes through our course outlines as the dean indicated and gives you a kind of roadmap for the course, you begin working next week, Monday. Even if all your classes are on Friday, your work begins on Monday. Because yes, you have 13 weeks and it looks long, but I'm sure everybody has been hearing the Christmas carols and seeing the Christmas movies already coming on Hallmark. So by the time we spin a couple times, we'll be right in exams. What you were able to do in CSEC, what you were able to do in CAPE may just get you to the pass mark. May. You will have to rethink how you study, how you engage with material, and how you manage your time. You cannot read wildly, but you must read widely. You must engage with the lecturer, with your tutors, with all the material for the course to get an understanding of what is required of you. As our dean indicated, you all will be the leaders in the next decade. You will be. Whether you want to lead or not, it will all be up to you. And this is what we're trying to get you prepared for. You heard about all our leaders in society and across the region. You will be those leaders in the next decade. So we are not asking you merely to tick the boxes like these check marks look on my screen. No, that's not what we're asking you to do. We're saying to you, you must be able to do analysis. You must all be able to do those quantitative tasks, which many of you might think, oh, well, I came to just read. I'm not going to do any. No, it's not going to work. You have to have the full package. That is what will be required of you as leaders of tomorrow. You may have heard it a lot. It may sound corny, but that's your reality. You will have to lead. So as you go through your first semester, your first academic year with us, I want you all to commit to academic integrity, no matter what it costs you in terms of a grade. You individually have to refuse to cheat, to fabricate, or misrepresent results. And yes, students have tried that. They have tried to turn in other people's PhD dissertation as their coursework. They've changed the output that they get from the statistical program to fit what they wanted to say in their paper. And yes, they were all caught, and they all suffered the consequences. So refuse to do that. Instead, be proactive and plan out your journey. As he said, it's not a competition. You are doing your program at your pace. Only submit work that you have completed yourself. Do not fall prey to just paying somebody to write up a paper because they've come, or worse, take a paper that they submitted and got an A for and try to submit it as your own. We're all as lecturers using Turnitin, and those papers would have gone through Turnitin already. So you know what is going to happen, and once you submit it, that's it. We are going to grade it based on that. Do not tolerate the dishonest practices you may hear about or somebody told you or read about. Do not participate. And don't share your work. Yes, you'll work in groups, you'll brainstorm, you'll develop ideas, but your work that you're doing, do not share, don't save it in the WhatsApp group or wherever it is. Your work is your own, and everybody will turn in their own. We know that, as the dean has said, technology has changed. Nobody's coming into the examination room with a piece of paper stuffed down into their pocket and trying to cheat. We know that you'll have the smart glasses, you have the AirPods that are connected to your phone outside in your bag, and you can whisper and it will read. We know. So I'm asking you to leave all of these devices either outside in your bag or at home. They're not needed for the exam. If you've done the work for the 10 or 12 weeks, you will be able to manage the exam. Okay? Leave them. Do not bring them, because whether you use them or not, you will be punished. Or departments, you'd have heard the names before. It's very important for you to know which department does your major fall in, or if you're, for example, doing banking and finance, which two departments are responsible. We have, over the years, had increasing number of students taking courses either on the global campus for whatever reason. You have one or two courses remaining and you're living outside of Kingston and working. Or persons have also asked to do a course or two in the weekend program. We will facilitate you. So I just want to ensure that we all know what we're talking about. Unlike in high school, you're no longer doing classes or subjects. What you're doing at UWI is called a major. Each major is associated with a department. So I've pulled out, and I'm hoping you're seeing it on the screen, our BSc program for psychology. Our majors are distributed across what we call the lower level or level 1 and the upper level, which are level 2 and 3. How do you know it's level 1? Well, the course code number begins with 1. And similarly for 2 and 3 begins with 2 and 3. You need a minimum of 30 credits at level 1. But if you notice, there are specific courses that are named in some of these numbers. So number 1 to 9 in this case here are specified. That means you can't go and take what your friend is doing in humanities because you want to spend time with a friend or it looks interesting. It means you must complete those 9 as named. And then for psychology, you have 1 free elective, and there's an exception there beside it. You have to pay attention to your particular program. So it's not that because you came from the same high school, you're all gonna do the same courses. No, not unless you're doing the same major, okay? So at level 1, you need a minimum of 30 credits. Each course carries 3 credits, hence 10 times 3 will give you 30. And I have 2 notes that I want to emphasize. For those students with the 1 in CSEC English A, or you've already taken our MONA English Language Proficiency Test, then you're able to register for Phone 1013, which is number 5 in my list here. Everybody else will have to take the English Language Proficiency Test first before we can know, and you're likely ending up doing Phone 1019. The difference between the two is significant. Phone 1013 is 1 semester. 1019 runs over 2 semesters. So we urge you, if you have to do that English Language Proficiency Test, get the 1, so you can simply do the 1 semester version of the course. There are some of you who unfortunately were not successful in CSEC Math. We've given you an offer, but please remember, even if you star all the courses in your program, if you don't take our remedial math course and pass it, you won't be able to graduate. It's a must, okay? So try to do that remedial course and ace it long before you need to start thinking of, are you ready for graduation? So at the upper level, this is how the programs generally look. We have up to 10 courses that again are specified. You must do for psychology, Psych 2000, 2019, and then you have some choices. And the remaining courses are courses where if you decide to add another major, you're going to now slot those courses in the free elective section, numbers 22 to 30. Bear in mind that you will need to have the prerequisites for those courses, which you will take for level 1. So at level 2 or 3, you're doing 20 courses, 3 credits each. That's your 60 credits at upper level. And then they add together to give you the 90 minimum that you need to graduate. So don't go and do 20 courses at level 1, 10 at level 2, 3. Tell me you have 90 credits, so why is your degree not awarded? You have to divide it correctly. It's 30 at level 1 and 60 at the upper level. If you do go ahead and add another major or a minor or 2, you have to bear in mind something very important. If your two majors or your major minor has overlapping courses, so if you note in my example here, students doing HRM, students doing management studies, if you add either of those majors to your existing major, you will notice, and I've highlighted in yellow, the courses that overlap. If you intend to graduate with those two majors, you must replace these 4 courses with 4 courses from MSBM at the upper level. If you go and take courses outside of MSBM to replace those 4, you will not get the double major. It has to be within the department. So please bear that in mind as you add majors or add minors. Look out for, are there any overlapping courses, and then identify which courses from that department you will use to replace those credits. Otherwise, again, you will come up short for the double major. You may know, those of you who have already read through the handbook, you will see that the university is now implementing a foreign language policy. Our recommended foreign language courses from the Faculty of Humanities and Education are listed here. You are free to choose the one you wish to do, bearing in mind that for some of you who would have been successful at a foreign language at CSEC or CAPE, you may qualify for an exemption which you can apply for. And if you do, bear in mind it's an exemption without credit. So you will need to do another course to bring up the credits in that level 1 section. You may also choose sign language, Japanese, or Chinese as the case may be. These courses are not offered in our faculty. So generally, any questions you have about them, you'll need to go to modern languages to get those clarified. So what do you need to do to graduate on time? Our courses are generally delivered in terms of lectures, tutorials, and office hours. And that is all you need. Forget about the marathons that you've heard of being kept all over Kingston by persons who never ever worked at UWI. We have designed the courses in such a way that if you engage with what the lecturer has prescribed, prepare for lecture, prepare for tutorials, and get further clarification in office hours if there are still gaps, you should be successful in each course. Those of you who are here full-time, we expect you're going to work at least 15 hours on your own, outside of lecture, tutorial, and office hours. Remember, if you're here full-time, we expect you to be putting in full-time hours, which is 40 hours per week. On the part-time, we expect you to at least put in an additional 9 hours of work on top of the 15 that you'd spread between lectures, tutorials, and office hours. This is serious business. It's not, oh, I'm only doing 5 courses. I did 15 in high school, so that means I can work part-time. No, take that out of the equation. If you must work, please do not register for a full-time load. It's not going to work out for you, all right? So please, bear in mind also that this journey that you're here on at Mona today is not the end of your road. Most, if not all of you, will need at least 1 more degree. Others will need 2 or 3 professional certifications. It will not be enough to simply have a degree certificate from Mona. You will need to have a decent or high GPA to get in. Otherwise, you're going to find out that you're going to have to go back and take undergraduate courses in order to fulfill the requirements to matriculate to your next stop in the journey. So your grade point average is critical. It's not enough to just take the courses, I got a C, C's, no. To get back into a master's program, you will need a GPA of 2.5. If you want to get a scholarship, you're looking at a degree GPA of 3.0, 3.5. And bear in mind that at the point when you apply for those scholarships, there are other persons applying as well. So you're in a competition from here on out in terms of your own achievements to make sure that you maximize on that grade point average. So the journey is, if you qualify for an exemption, you need to apply for them. And everything at UE is done on our online systems. There's no need to walk up and down and find somebody and talk to them. There's no paper. You are going to apply online. And we process them over time. You must select the proper set of courses. If you've already registered, please make sure you go to your department, listen and ask questions. Are these the correct courses for my major? You may consider adding a major or minor. Remember, you must keep that GPA above 2.0. That's just the minimum to make sure you can walk across this very stage in 3 to 5 years and graduate. Once your GPA falls below 2 for 2 consecutive semesters, our campus registrar is going to write you and tell you that you're required to withdraw from the university. So the academic standards must be maintained. Once you pass graduation, as I said, we expect all of you to go to postgraduate studies. We expect you to go and do the CFA, CPA, whatever it is in your discipline for the next step as you transition to become leaders. In addition to adding majors and minors and joining a club, for those who have the academic performance, you may qualify for the Dean's List and also be inducted into the Honor Society. Many programs have internships, practicums, and various job enrichment opportunities that you can participate in. Every academic year, we also have undergraduate awards ceremony where persons who have performed at the highest level can also be recognized. We encourage you as far as is possible to also volunteer. You heard, each one, reach one. That is also very important. And as well, there are also exchange and study abroad opportunities. It's important for me to highlight that the university will only contact you at your official email. So all these opportunities for scholarships, for grants, for other opportunities to enrich your academic program, you must activate your MyMona email and use it for the entirety of your program. So set up your schedule, put on it the time that you're going to use to check your UE email and keep up to date with all the opportunities there. We ask that you follow us on social media, not just the faculty, but also your department and the other entities on campus so that you can engage with us on those platforms. Explore our website. Let us know if you find that something is missing that you think we should have on our website. The handbook cannot be overemphasized. You are not doing the program that your district or your church member or someone else that you know is doing, even if it's the same major. You are doing the program that's outlined in the 2025-26 handbook. Stay close to your department, so nobody should come and say, my department is social sciences. No, your faculty is social sciences. Your department is the unit that manages your particular major. So anybody who doesn't know their department now will find out in about 25 minutes when you will go to your department and be oriented in your particular program. Get academic advising, and the schedule will come up on the last slide that I'll present. And please follow official advice. Now we know that things are going to happen during your course of study. What we're asking you to do is to engage with us. Miss, I have to stop, or sir, depending on who is responsible in your department. Please engage with us so that we can give you the correct advice. Don't just disappear. Don't leave the courses on your registration and just say, oh, well, they'll know I'm not coming back. No, you need to engage with us so we can give you the proper advice. And in terms of examinations, let me let you know, once your lecturer sets the exam, their powers end. That exam is turned over to the registrar's section, and they administer the exam from start to the release of grades, which is the finish. So there's no lecturer who can give you a makeup exam. Doesn't exist. So those days are done. You will have to have a valid reason for having missed that exam. And generally speaking, those reasons go through the UWI Health Center. So if you're ill, please navigate to your private doctor, or if you're on campus on the halls, visit with the health center. This is how we're organized and structured to make sure that all the processes adhere to what is required for accreditation. So please engage with the processes and the offices that are here so that we can ensure you get a fair treatment for what you're experiencing. If you have challenges with your course, who do you think the first port of call should be? You're going to write the Vice Chancellor because you're having a problem with your course? Yes, I see that a lot. Students write to the Vice Chancellor of the university about their course. Well, it's going to come back down to the principal, maybe to the registrar, then to the dean, then to the head of department, then to the lecturer, where it should have begun in the first place. So we're asking you, follow the protocols. If you don't get a response within a 72-hour time frame, not including weekends and public holidays, then your next port of call is your HOD, which is exactly why you need to participate in your department's orientation after this. You have a program coordinator in your department. There's a level 1 coordinator. There's an undergraduate coordinator, and then you get to your head of department. So it's important to be proactive. Don't email us the night before the exam and say, oh, or after you've gotten your grade and say, oh, somebody never came to tutorial 5. You have to engage as the semester wears on. I've given you some snapshots of our main faculty plant, as well as the University Health Center, which if you walk along the side of this tent and go all the way up that road, the health center is on the left. We encourage you to engage with the health center. Priority 1, first, pick up your health card. Then engage with the health center as much as you need to throughout the course of your studies. Our faculty website is navigatable from the main UWI webpage, but here I provided you with our landing page for SOSI, and just indicating to you the times that we'll have academic advising throughout the semester. You note, once per month, 2 to 4 p.m. on these dates. We're asking you, if you start to feel like you're having a challenge, if this major is not quite what you thought it was going to be, based on what you did in CAPE or CSEC, or if you're having any other challenges that you need advice, please do come to these sections as indicated. So thank you very much, and I hope I'd have given you enough information at least to get started on until you attend our academic advising sessions.
Thank you, Dr. Clark, for that informative session, right? But before we continue, is there anyone who is still unsure of anything that Dr. Clark would have mentioned in her presentation? You can just kindly raise a hand. Any question?
Between lectures, tutorials, and the office hours. So I coded in the office hours in that time frame. Because Yeah. So only coming to lectures, tutorials, and office hours wouldn't be enough. You're going to need time outside of the classroom, one, to reflect on what was done, to practice the questions on your own, write up your full answers as far as you understand it, and then come back again the next week to engage with and prepare for the next week and come back to engage with the study next week. So this is a weekly thing, and we expect you to do work outside of those times. Yes? Sorry? Okay, and some of the courses, I'm being reminded, do have field trips. So there could be additional hours outside of what is indicated on SAS for the course. Was there any other question? There's one. Ken?
Mic check. Good morning, everyone. Good morning,
morning.
Dr. Clark.
Morning.
You did not mention this, but for the schedule next week, how will that work with the election? Because I will be working in the election, so I would like to know how would you facilitate election day workers for next week?
So you have class on Wednesday, is what you're indicating? You have classes scheduled?
Also, as an election day worker, we'll have to go to a meeting on Tuesday also in the afternoon. And I'm from Manchester, so I'd have to go back to Manchester to work.
So all I can say in relation to those, particularly in your situation, is that our campus registrar will likely put out communication in relation to how the campus will operate. I can't speak to it because I haven't seen it yet if it has come out, but I would certainly say, please be sure that you've activated your MyMona and also you're following it. In the event that you, because of your situation, are unable to keep up with it, do engage with the lecturers. Your lecturer information should be affixed to the courses that you're registered for, and I'm just asking that you send an email to them in advance just to indicate your particular situation. Yes? Sure.
In addition, thank you. That question was really very important. In addition, the campus registrar actually sent a message this morning. So it's on Mona messaging. And it's largely for us who are academics about how we treat with election day on Wednesday. We are given 3 hours to vote plus 1 additional hour, but heads of departments have the authority to make arrangements to ensure that no one is disenfranchised. So in a case where you are working on Tuesday and also perhaps on Thursday, the heads with their lecturers will ensure that work is either done through VLE and whatever makeup sessions might be needed will be in place. Yes, so no one, you will not be disenfranchised or disadvantaged at all. Thank you.
Do you have time for that? You're coming back.
Any more? Anybody else?
All right, thank you, Dr. Clark and Dr. Ricketts, for clarifying the questions. So now we'll have Mrs. McDavis, McDavid, who will be giving a social media award.
Hi, morning all. Welcome to the Faculty of Social Sciences. So we have a little social media giveaway. If you are not following us on social media, specifically Instagram and TikTok, we are asking you to do that to win or to get a giveaway. So the competition is like this. So you need to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. You need to like the video that was posted this morning with our Dean, Dr. Ricketts. It says FSS Orientation 2025, and you need to tag 3 of your FSS friends to be able to enter for the competition. I will do a random selection at the end of the day, and I will DM you who has won. So please start following us to enter for the, so the handle is at FSSUA Mona. Yes? You got, I need to see the heads dipped in the phone. All right, thank you so much. Back over to you, Jermaine.
All right, thank you, Mrs. McDavid. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Tigers, we have come to the end of the program, but before you leave, here's a reminder about our upcoming departmental welcome ceremonies today at 11 a.m. Right, so for the Department of Economics, your welcome ceremony will be at I-102 at the Alistair McIntyre Complex. For the Department of Government, your session will be at the G102 Alistair McIntyre Complex. For the MSBM ceremony, that will be held at the MSBM Village at the Seminar Room 10, Department of SPSW. Your session will be at the SSLT, Social Sciences Lecture Theatre, right? So you guys can gather outside. You will have student leaders for different departments to guide you to the different departmental ceremonies. Before we finish, I just want to thank our sponsors for the giveaways, right? Lasco Meal Solutions and Lasco Food Drink. All right, so thank you.